Hi everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new, hello again. So this is my channel. I love to do DIYs on a budget, Dollar Tree DIYs, thrift flips, farmhouse and rustic, REITs, and seasonal decor. So if you like what you see here, you know what to do. Hit that red subscribe button. Also leave me a comment. I love to hear what you guys think. And also give me a thumbs up. That helps my channel. You can also follow me over on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and Facebook. But today is all about what would you make, and our host, our Connie's Wood Shop and DIYs, and also Rustic and Lace DIY, and our guest host is Craft Away with May. More about that in a minute, but first, DIY number 1. So all of these DIYs are going to be made with some type of wood. So the first DIY, I'm going to be using this Dusk by Waverly and some gold, and also some strips of fabric, some picks that I had, also this Dollar Tree wood sign, and some music notes that I printed out, a Santa Claus that I printed out on my printer, and then some of those one of my stamps that you saw there. I'm also going to use some Scrabble ties, so that's also going to be included. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my marker and I'm going to trace out the bottom portion of that little sign, and then I'm going to cut it out with my scissors. And now I want to take out the center portion of this tile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my little X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut that out. Next, I'm going to take the music notes and I'm going to mark where they end, because that's going to be in the center, and I just made sure I cut it out so that it fits the middle portion of that. Next, I'm going to take the Santa Claus. I fussy cut that out of my scrapbook paper that I'm using, and then I just glued that down over the notes, and then I glued it to the back. Now this, I went a little backwards here, so sorry about that, but this all got mixed up for some reason. I'm going to be using this light, this one was called Silver Marlin. It was a folk art paint, and I'm just painting the tile with that. Then I glued on the back of my Santa Claus Christmas notes paper that I had, that I made, and also the Santa Claus. Then we're going to take that whole piece and we're just going to put it right over the top of this sign from the Dollar Tree. And these are one of those little bulb signs. I know you guys have seen them. And then I took that metal piece off the top, and now I'm going to use my gold metal, it's called, paint by Folk Art, and I just used a sponge and I dabbed that on there. Now I'm going to be taking some of that gold paint and I'm going to be going over the little Scrabble tiles as well. You can still see the black that says ho ho on there. Now, a part of my video got cut out. I don't know what happened to it, so I apologize for that as well. But what I did is I did a dry brushing of that gold paint over the top so that the tile, all the grooves and everything would stick out more, and it would look a little more antique-ish. So that's the look I was going for there. And then I glued on the Scrabble tiles that says ho ho. But I love how this came out. I got this idea from someone on Facebook, and I will have her in the description box below so you could go check her out. She's very talented. I love watching her. I just can't remember the name right now, so I'm sorry. But I will make sure I have that in my description box, so check it out. And next, I'm just taking these, what it is I just stripped some of my fabric, all different colors that I wanted, and then some ribbon that isn't wired, and I just kept looping it back and forth inside my Bodabra. And then that's how I make my bows. These are just like rustic rag bows, I call them. And then I just took a zip tie and I zip tied them together in the center. You could also tie it with jute twine, whatever you have to tie your bows together. And then I just, made it nice and even on both sides, and I just trimmed it down. Next, I'm going to take some of this really cute, I love these picks from the Dollar Tree. They look like they have snow on them. And I just took a couple of those off, and I'm going to glue them down on the top because we're going to make like a little swag on the top just to make it a little more decorative. and I did that on each side. I just put a long piece on each side. Then I took some more dollar picks from the Dollar Tree and I stuck those underneath. This is a green pick that has a little bit of snow on it as well. And I just stuck those underneath and I'm just gluing them down with my hot glue. But I absolutely love the way this turned out. This was such a great idea. I loved using the old-fashioned Santa on there. I like the old Santa. I think this just looks so cool. And I stuck him inside like he's peeking out with the little music notes. Really cute idea. And then I glued down my bow. And next I'm going to just take a pine cone and I'm going to glue that down as well. I was going to glue it in the center, but then I decided to glue it underneath. And then I took some of the little fake berries that you get at the Dollar Tree off of their picks, and I glued those down on some of the greenery. And I just made it look, however I liked. And you guys use whatever picks you want, but this is the look I was going for. I like the rustic, antique, old age Christmas. I just think it's very cool. And that's the look I was going for here. So once I get that all down nice, that's what it's going to look like. And then I took another pine cone that was in this little pack that I got last year at the Dollar Tree. It came with all kinds of little goodies inside of it. And it had a gold pine cone in there. And I said, oh, this is cute. And it was smaller. So I stuck that in the center of my bow. And then I stuck one of them, I don't know what you would call it. It looks like a little flower, but it's gold. And it's really cute. And I stuck that in there as well. Then next, I'm going to take one of my little rubber stamps that I put on my little block. And what I did is I roughed up the edges of one of these tags that I had. You could purchase these at any craft store. And I just roughed it up a little bit. I want it to look like an old tag to match what I'm doing here, the theme. And then I just stamped down, it just says believe on there. And then I stuck down a couple little snowflakes on there as well. And then once I got that all done, then I'm going to rough up that tag a little bit more by like bending it and just scrunching it up. And these tags are really, really tough. I got mine at Hobby Lobby in a little pack. And then I'm going to use some of my Distress Oxide. And it is Vintage Photo. And I'm using my little sponge tool there to dirty it up, make it look old. And then I just glued it down underneath my bow there, but that it's sticking out. And then I stuck some more little berries up there on top of that. And that was it for this DIY, you guys. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But today is all about what would you make. We're making stuff with wood, and like I said, these are our hosts and our guest hosts this month. There will also be a playlist. Make sure you go check everyone else out down below in the description box. Click those links and tell everybody I said hi. So this one, I'm going to take some more strips of fabric that I'm going to make a ribbon out of, some picks, these blocks, wooden blocks from the Dollar Tree, a little wooden slice that you could get in a pack from Hobby Lobby or any store really, and a bunch of other goodies. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to paint these blocks white with the white paint, chalk paint by Waverly. And then, I like the old look and rustic, so I'm just going with some Vintage Photo Distress Oxide, and I'm going around the edges, those little circles that are in the inside of the blocks and around the edges of the blocks, because I want it to look a little old again. So that's what I'm doing there. And then what I did is after I did this, I glued them all on top of each other with wood glue and also hot glue. Then I took a piece of fabric that I had. I love this fabric, and I can't find it again this year at the Dollar Tree. I'm hoping they come out with it again. But it's little snowflakes. I just think it's so pretty, and it's like a plaid. And we're going to make a little snowman, if you didn't guess that by now. And I'm just going to cut off the excess. And all I did was wrap it around the top cube, their wooden cube, and I cut a little piece off. And we're going to make his little hat for the top. And I just glued it together, and then I'm just going to take a piece of twine, and then I'm just going to wrap it around the top, and I'm going to tie it in a knot. And this turns out so cute, you guys. I love this little guy. And then I just snip off the extra. And then next I took another strip of that fabric and I cut it in a strip, and then I'm just going to make his little scarf. So I'm just going to tie it in a knot around the second block there, and then cut it at a little slant so it looks nice and neat at the bottom. And then I'm just going to glue a little piece of glue underneath just to keep it in place. And I kind of overlapped it like so. And then I'm just going to make my own little snowman face. I just made 2 little dots. I use a pencil always first when I make my faces so that I can always erase if I make a mistake. And then I did his nose, and then I'm just marking off his mouth. And then I'm going to go in with a black Sharpie, and I'm just going to do my little dots for his mouth and his eyes. And then I'm going to go in with an orange Sharpie, and I'm going to color in his nose with that. Super cute, super easy. Then I had one of these paint markers. This is a light pink color, and I gave him some rosy cheeks. And then I had these little round black beads, and I put those down for his little buttons. And I glued those down. And isn't he cute already? Now you could just stop right there if you wanted to, but I wanted to put him on a little snow scene like on this wooden slice. So I put some wood glue and hot glue and glued him down towards the back of it. And then I'm going to start decorating the bottom of this. So what I did is I took one of these snowy picks again from the Dollar Tree. Actually, this one I didn't think was from the Dollar Tree. I think this one I got at Hobby Lobby. And it was part of another pick that you see there with the snow cone. We're going to use this whole pick. I just took it apart, and I'm going to glue the back of it to the back of my snowman on the bottom. And then I'm going to take another piece that was on there, and I'm going to glue that to the bottom on the side. And then this other piece on the other side. And I'm kind of just making like a little snowy scene for the background of our snowman. And then I even put the pine cone on there. Look how cute that is already. And then I'm going to take some of these picks from the Dollar Tree. These ones, they have the little red berries on them. And I stuck those down in there as well. I think I did one on each side of the snowman. And I just kept going with this until I got it to my liking. And that's basically what you got to do. You just got to play around with everything. And then once you get it where you want it, you just glue everything down. And then I snuck these little smaller, what do you call, oh my God, I keep saying the wrong name. I can't believe it. These little white berries, I had to, little snow cones, I want to keep saying. Oh my goodness. I can't talk tonight, you guys. I am so exhausted. I've been so busy all day. So then I'm taking this snow tack that is like snow, and it's kind of like a paste, and I'm just using a popsicle stick, and I'm going around like all the greenery and the base of my snowman there, and I'm just making it look like it's snowy on the ground, and that is what I'm doing with that. So there you go. So now you guys could have a laugh tonight with my snow cone. It's not a snow cone, right? It's a pine cone. There. So I said it right. So there you go. Looking all cute. Look how cute that is. I absolutely love the way this one turned out too. But you guys got to let me know which one you like the best down below in the comments. So next on to DIY number 3. Now this DIY, I took another piece of wood from the Dollar Tree and these round wood circles that are in different sizes and some more ribbon and some more fabric that I cut into strips and some picks again and another Sharpie again and some hazelnut paint by Waverly, and then all these paints here, which I'll tell you what they are in a minute when we get to them. But the first thing I am going to do is I'm going to paint this little block of wood from the Dollar Tree with that hazelnut paint by Waverly. Now I mostly use this hazelnut for like reindeer or any type of like scarecrow. That's what I use it for most of the time. and then I did the bigger circle in red, and then the smaller ones I did in black. Can you guess what we're making, guys? We are making a reindeer. So then I took the back of my brush and I just dabbed little white eyes in the inside of the black, so that you could see them, the little eyes popping out like that. And then I took my antique vintage photo, and I'm just putting it around the edges, making this look a little old and vintage, like I like doing all the time. And I went along the sides and the top and the bottom as well with that. Then I also did it around the nose too, just to give it a little bit more definition and a little more interest. And then I'm going to glue that down with some super glue, wood glue that you get at the Dollar Tree, and some hot glue for his nose. Glued that down, and now I'm going to glue down the little eyes. This was so easy to make and super cute. It turned out so cute. I've been dying to make one of these block reindeer, but I never got a chance to all these years that I've been crafting, and this year I finally did. So, and I absolutely love the way it turned out. Then I just put a little line down with the Sharpie to make its mouth. And then I also went around the edges with this Java stamper that I had as well. It just was a little bit darker than the vintage photo, so that's why I used it, and I like the way it turned out. Then these picks are from the Dollar Tree, and then these beads are from Hobby Lobby. And what I'm going to do is make the antlers with these. So I put one of those picks, green picks, on each side. Then I'm going to put on top of that some of the berries on each side. And then I'm going to take some of these little snowy picks from the Dollar Tree with the little white berries, and I'm going to put those on as well. And then to make this a whole lot easier, instead of stapling these on the back a ton of times, what I did is I put a little bit of glue, put them all together, and took some twine, and I just kept wrapping it. This way you kind of wrapping it like a swag together so that they don't move and so that they're in a bunch. And then I just, used a little hot glue and glued the string down and then cut the excess off. Really simple. This way all I have to do is staple it once with my little staple gun, and they're good to stay in place. So there I did one on one side, one on the other, and there it is. Super easy. Then I took one of these bells from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to make this look a little rusty. So I'm taking some of the dark chocolate paint. It's just acrylic paint. And then I'm going to use some of this. It's called Rusted Pipe. Also a chalk paint. Not chalk paint, regular acrylic paint. And I'm just dabbing it, and I'm going back and forth with it till I get it to my liking, however rusty I want it. Then what I did is I crisscrossed all those strips of ribbon, and I just tied them in the middle with some jute twine. And then I cut the sides and gave them a little bow on top. And then I took that rusty bell and I stuck that in the center of my bow. And that's it, you guys. Super easy. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Don't forget to go check everyone out. They're all such talented ladies. Huge playlist, so go check everyone out. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And as always, remember, stay crafty. Bye.